Hello everybody, how's it going? I got a little bit of a different video for you guys today. Played a couple matches with Sanji, so I just kind of wanted to upload them all together and give you guys my thoughts about the deck just before we hop into those matches. So yeah, here is the list. We're running 4, 8, I believe it's, 10 2-drops. So the idea of this deck is to be very aggressive. So your ideal curve is having 2 of these in your opening hand, and then a 4-drop for next turn, because you will play both the 2-drops on your turn 1, and then on your following turn you'll play a 4-drop, which will restand 2 Dawn, which you can use 1 on each to swing for 5. So you'll have 5 swings total. I'm sorry, not 5 swings total, but 3 swings total, all for 5 on your turn 2, basically. So pretty strong right out the gate. Yeah, we're running 10 2-drops, 5 3-drops. Three drops aren't bad. If you're made to go first, you can play a 3-drop and like a 2-drop, or play a 3-drop and leave 2 up for one of your event counters. And we're playing, 7 4-drops. Again, just helps fill out the curve of 2 4. Very strong curve. Playing 1 5-drop again for the same reason. If we're put onto the first curve, we want to have something that we can play. Then we are playing the 6-drop Mihawk, which completes our going second curve of 2 4 6. Very strong card. Basically drop it for 4 in this deck. Very good. And then for some effect monsters, we are playing 4 Boa. A good blocker. Honestly, use her a lot more for swinging, but with the color combination of red and green, we do have access to Paradise Waterfall, so we can get a little bit creative with blocking with Boa and then resanding with Waterfall, and then we can block again to draw another card. So cool interaction. And then we are playing 3 7-drop kids. The reason for this is this deck really doesn't get to play 2k counters. So when we establish this 7-drop kid, we are pretty much saying you need to swing for 7, or it will be a free block with our 7-cost kid. And this will allow us to make more use of all of the events that we do play. And speaking of events, let's get into them. We play 2 Paradise Waterfall. Again, kind of just for the Boa interaction. It's also pretty good just protecting your stuff early game. Some people won't respect it, and then you restand one of these cards, and you kind of just, they can't swing into it anymore. And then we're playing Punk Gibson, one of the best, I'd say, defensive counters. Just can sometimes just deal with 2 attacks, and the trigger is super good. Just can randomly save you. And we're playing 3 sword style Onigiri. Cool interactions. You can, if you have 2 characters on board, you can activate this, play one of your 3 costs or your 2 costs, then restand 2 Dawn for any of your other counters. So pretty cool. Playing 3 Overheat, another 2-cost counter, 4k power, and then we're running 4 Love Beam. This card is great because this deck really does not have a good card economy. We don't have any searchers. We're pretty much just relying on what we draw, and basically not dropping a card to play this, just grabbing another one when we ever play is really good. So this and Boa kind of are only advantage engines, and the rest is just they're vanillas. Sanji's just the vanilla deck. So my thoughts about this deck is it's definitely fun. I would not say it is very good. It's just cards having effects is kind of important. And playing vanillas for cheap is cool, but so are effects. So are effects on your cards. So that's kind of my thoughts. Let's hop into the games. So first off, I got a match between Blue-Purple Kaido, or against Blue-Purple Kaido, and we do open the glorious curve of double 2-drop, turn 1. It's kind of like dropping Okiku on Kinemon turn 1. It feels great. And yep, there's the 4-drop. We have the whole curve, so you guys will get to see it this game. And we'll get 3 swings in here. Being really aggressive against Kaido, and he has taken these cards, which is interesting. I don't know if the best call, but we'll see how it ends up. He'll swing for 6 at one of our 4 drops. We'll let it go just because we kind of want to continue with our ability to use our leader. But he does play the Magellan here, which messes up our curve. So sad. We did not get to play the entire curve out. But we'll just swing for 5. He'll counter. I'll swing for 5. He will counter. We'll swing for 7. He will not counter. He will take and get a trigger to get a Dawn from his extra. Okay. And we'll play our 3-drop Usopp, leave 2 up for either our Punk Gibson or our Overheat. We'll put a Dawn on leader, play his 6-drop King, kill our Gecko, get another Dawn from the extra, or Dawn deck, sorry. He'll swing his Magellan at our 4-drop. I will use my Punk Gibson to tap the other one, and I will let that go. Just kind of wanted to be able to clear some of his board here, because he does not have many cards in hand. I feel like he really burned through everything. I don't know how he used so much so fast, but it is what it is. We'll swing 5 at him once again. He will Hell's Judgment, so we'll just leave the Usopp standing and leave 3 up. Be able to play our Overheat. He'll play another King, pop our Usopp, get another Dawn. Swing for 5 with what's his name? Is it Sasaki? Sorry, not Sakazuki. We'll take our first life. And we'll probably take our second life. Yes, we do. And we probably won't take this one, because we still have the Overheat. Well, actually, no, we won't even use the Overheat, because he does have the King, so we saved it for the King. And we will not bounce anything there, because he only has 2 cards in hand, and this is pretty much just already game. So, very quick match. Fair enough. We'll swing for 9. He can't... Oh, he loves. And then he doesn't have enough to counter it again. So, we'll hop on to the next one here. We got Sanji versus Kinemon. Always looking for that curve, but we are going first. So, we don't have any 1-drops. Oh no, he went first. I assumed he would... Huh. Did I win the... I must have won the dice roll. Or however this system selects it. My bad. But we don't get the double 2-drop. Unfortunate. Happens. Can't always ask for the perfect hand every game. Obviously. He'll swing 5. We will take. He will drop an Okiku. And a Momo. We'll draw a Zoro for turn. We will play said Zoro. We'll swing for 5. And we'll use that last on and swing for 6. Doesn't make such a huge difference, honestly. And he'll take both. I kind of don't mind if he rests this Zoro with his Okiku, just because honestly it's easier to defend than my leader, so I'm fine with him swinging at that. Still has 4 down up. He will activate his Momo, grab another Okiku. Thinking out his turn. He'll just swing 8 at our Zoro. And because we don't have any 2K counters, we probably just have to let this one go. Never mind, we're savages. We'll drop 3 cards to defend this Zoro. Fair enough. I might disagree with my past self here, but you know what? It is what it is. We decided to do that, and here we are. We'll swing 9 at his Okiku. Just make sure it dies. I'll probably just swing 5 at Momo. and we'll pass because we don't really have much else to play. But we should be able to defend our Zoro because he'd pretty much have to commit a ton. I believe his whole turn to out the Zoro because we do have Onigiri, which is a 6k counter if I'm remembering correctly. He'll use his leader, drop the 4-drop Yamato. Put 1 Dawn on his leader, swing for 6, which is definitely the right call on his part. We thankfully have a Love, so we don't actually have to use any cards from our hand. Draw for turn. We're definitely just playing this Mihawk and leaving some up for our events. Just trying to figure out how much I want to leave up, most likely. We'll swing for 7. And I think what I've found is that, while this isn't a very aggressive deck, it just can't do aggression as good as red. Because yes, you do have kind of the cost efficiency stuff, but you don't have rush cards, and you just don't have searchers. So when your opponent is mostly just swinging into your board, you're going to run out of cards pretty quick, most likely more quick than, say, Zoro would. So I think that's really where the deck falls behind. There might be versions of this deck that that you can play, like a Supernova engine, say, you play Bonnie. Maybe that would help it. I'm not too sure, but he swings 6 at my Vanilla Zoro, will overheat and bounces Okiku. So, I mean, that feels pretty good. Cannot complain about that. But we won't be able to defend my Zoro a second time here because we have all events. It would have been great if I just had a vanilla and I was able to just 1k out of that. But he most likely knows that my hand is either all events or just higher end characters like 7-drop Kid. But he'll play his Law, bounce the Forecast Yamato to play his Okiku. I feel like that's kind of a weird play. I definitely would have kept that Yamato on board because that is pressure that he kind of just got rid of for no reason. He could have like dropped the beige and then played Law, bounce the beige, play one of his Okikus, play the other Okiku, and then probably still have enough to replay the beige. So a little bit weird. Maybe not though. I need to play. He spent 5, 8, 9. So he wouldn't be able to drop the beige. So maybe he just wanted to keep the beige. But I would value that forecast Yamato over the beige there, just because you know you're not dying. I have 2 attacks next turn, and that's it. You know my deck doesn't have rush, so that's all good. Yeah, we just leave a ton of Dawn up here. Should be able to protect all my characters pretty efficiently. I'll swing 8 at my Mihawk. I will Punk Gibson to tap the other Okiku. Always nice when you get to actually rest off Punk Gibson. And I'd definitely be cool if he swung with that Law. I still have enough for both my other counters, so should be fine to protect my Mihawk or my Zoro here. Puts 2 Dawn on leader. Swings 7 at 6. I'll just love out of it. Draw a card. Plays another Law. Probably just going to bounce and replay one of the Okikus. That is exactly what he does, and he'll pass it back to me. We'll draw Boa, which is a good card to see, because we need something to kind of start refreshing our hands. But he does have 2 Okikus, and I don't I maybe will be able to out one. I probably will be able to out one, but I won't be able to out the other. So Bo will not be able to draw a card on block, and she will probably die because she's the hardest character for me to defend on my board, and I'm not gonna have a lot of counter. So yeah, just wanted to kind of swing lowest to highest there. I probably should have waited on putting the Dawn on Mihawk, because in theory, he could like get a Punk Gibson trigger and then tap my Mihawk. So I guess that's a misplay. But he doesn't. He counters out of the 6k and he takes the 9k. I'm thinking what I want to play here. I'm like, yeah, playing the Boa would be great, but we'll probably just end up losing her. So I decided to keep both in hand because I don't want to play the Jinbei because I can play it off of my counter, the Onigiri. I could have. In theory, it kind of makes no difference, but isn't it fun playing cards off counters? Yeah, I think it's cool. I also could just potentially use it for a 1k counter. Either one. I'll swing at my face. I will definitely take that because I still have 3 life there. We'll go down to 2. He'll swing 6 with his Law at my Zoro. I'll use another 1k counter. And yeah, I do just end up using the Jinbei for the 1k counter. He'll play an Odin and a Toki. And this is where it definitely looks pretty doomed. Because I don't think there's any way I kill him. And him establishing that Odin when I have a very low hand size is pretty much going to mean he's either going to clear my board very easily or he will just kill me very easily. So unfortunate, I don't know how I could have played this differently. Green is kind of always coming after your board, especially early. And this deck is just not very good at protecting your board early. Maybe I was supposed to not drop 3 1Ks early on. I think that might be a fair take. I think I'd agree with you on that one. So we'll say that's where I lost the game. I think that was definitely not my best choice. But I leave up enough, or more than enough, for my Punk Gibson and my Onigiri. There's just kind of no reason to put Dawn on my characters there, just because he has 3 blockers, one just being a 1 cost, so he will, whenever I overcommit, he will easily just use that, and kind of wasted some Dawn. But I definitely could have, because I knew I was kind of only using like 2 Dawn there. And right here, I'm pretty sure I'm just dead this turn. I don't have a blocker, because he can just go 9-9, 7-7 or something, and I don't have enough cards to deal with that. My Punk Gibson cannot tap either the Odin or the Law, so I mean, we'll use it there. He'll go 7 again. And I'm thinking about taking it. I think it was just guaranteed game there. Because if I count out of that one, I can't defend either of these Odin hits. So, yeah, that's game. I'll scoop it up. And let's move on to our last game here. Sanji versus Luffy. This was another pretty quick one, I want to say. Not as quick as the Kaido match, but pretty fast-paced. Both of us are aggressive decks. Do not have the double 2-drop. Very sad. He'll go just immediately play Zoro, swing for 5. We'll 1k out of it, just because I know the next swing is going to be 6k, and 6ks are unironically kind of hard to defend in this deck, so especially early game. We'll swing for 5 at Zoro. He'll 1k out of that. Almost mess up my turn there. I need to play my 4-drop first. And because I'm going to guaranteed use 1 Dawn, I might as well just use both. Because I won't be able to leave up enough for either of my counters. And he will 2k out of that. kind of fine with that. Just because he is already on kind of low hand size. He swings 4 at my Jinbei. I will protect it just to kind of make it serve as a blocker, because I didn't want to eat too many hits early when I can't really defend. But he had another Zoro, so I guess I'm definitely taking one, and I'm probably taking the next. Yep, so he dropped down to 1 life pretty early. It is what it is. Draw a Virgo for turn. Next turn we will be able to establish our 7-drop. So this turn I definitely want to focus on dealing with his board. I'm trying to think of what I want to play as well as swing into these characters. So I decided, nah, I'm just going to go 6. You're already on 3 cards in hand. If you want to defend, that's fine. I'll go 7. And I was like, there's no way he defends that one, and he doesn't. And then don't end up playing anything there. Just kind of kept all the 1k counters in my hand because I was a bit nervous. And also I do have the 3 cost event, which will let me play the Usopp there. So I'll be able to basically use 2 events this turn. But I will 1k out of that Zoro swing. He'll drop a Rush Luffy, put 1 Dawn on him. I will use my Onigiri here, just because I need to use it before using a Love. It also works out because of putting us on 4 cards that I know the Love will just basically replace itself immediately, so that's cool. That's exactly what we do. And once again, I need to deal with this board. He only has 2 cards in hand, so I'm like, I'm just gonna swing 5. You can drop a card, and if you want to drop the last one, you can most certainly do it. And he doesn't. So he does drop it here though, which surprised me. I was like, oh, all right, fair enough. A little bit nervous with the unblockable Luffy, so I wanted to leave enough Dawn up to play both my events there, because obviously I'm not going to be able to block it if I drop 7 cost Kid. So I think I might have just died if that happened, honestly. He'll swing 5 with Nami. I'll 1k out of it. Completely ignoring my board. He's a savage. I'll go 7. I'll Love. Replace it with a Love. That's really good. He'll play a Nico Robin. Probably put the rest of his Dawn on his leader. And we'll Love again. Yes. Actually, we might have punked Gibson. We could have punked Gibson, because that was kind of a misplay on him. Playing that Robin before swinging. I think I definitely should have punked Gibson there, but I did not. It's fine. We'll play our 7-drop Kid, and we'll have up enough for at least 1 event counter, and he doesn't have any unblockable swings, hopefully. But I think if he does have a Luffy, and he has the Whitebeard. Thankfully, it's not like he has a ton of cards in hand, so it should be fine. He'll swing 5. I'll just block with my Kid, and he can swing 7 or 8, either one, and I will be able to defend it. So all good. We have amassed quite a big board here. We'll just go 6 at the Robin. Does not defend. We'll go 7 at lead. He will take that. We'll go 8 at lead. I'll take that as well. We'll go 7 again. He'll 1k out of that. I need to leave 5 Dawn up for both my events to make sure I live. So we cannot swing with the leader. And he really pretty much needs like a rush character here if he wants to just go for game. Because, and he does. He has the Zoro. So spooky. I'll swing for 7. I was trying to math it out if I can get out of his leader swing after the Whitebeard swing, and I think I ends up that yes I can, so I will just punk Gibson out of that one. He just goes 7. I will use my Onigiri, easy protect, and then if he, no matter how much Dawn he puts on the Whitebeard, it doesn't matter because I will just take it. The only thing that scares me is, I guess, could have been another Zoro, but I still had the blocker, so that was fine. He plays a Marco, so I'm like, oh, okay. I don't think that changes the outcome here because I have 5 attacks. So it should just be game. We'll go 7. He takes. We'll go 7 again. And he concedes. Thanks for watching, guys.